guys, it's Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. So in this week's video, I have done a soft smoky gold cut crease eye on the gorgeous model Briar, who I have known since she was a wee baby and now she is bombshell. So if you would like to learn how to recreate this gorgeous makeup, then keep on watching. First things first, I'm doing the eyes rather than the base. So I am prepping the eyes now with a heavy concealer. I'm using Phoenix Camouflage Concealer in light beige, patting that down first, getting a really dense coverage, and then I'm going over with our nude mineral powder to set it and kind of bake it so that we've got that great base to start with. Now with a blending brush, I have taken Smoky Plum eyeshadow, which is like a soft smoky brown in a medium tone, and I'm placing that in the crease of the eye. And with this, you just want to work up and build up that color. It's all about the layering for a cut crease. So I'm kind of going over and over about 4 times and getting the density that I want, and each time obviously blending the edges and making it really soft. Now I'm going to take Smoke eyeshadow, which is a matte chocolate brown, and I'm going to add depth into the outer corner of the eye. I'm doing a on its side V shape, so just that outer V of the eye. Then I'm going to build that color up and up and up. We want it really intense and dark. So now I'm going to go over that chocolate brown with a black. Now with a Phoenix brow highlighter, I am taking this all along the brow bone and just under that brow shape to accentuate and highlight the brow, but also the brow area. And I wanted to get a little bit finer and more detailed and really highlight that area. So I've actually gone in with our nude waterline liner, and I've just kind of used that to get a little bit more precision and highlight. Our brow highlighter pens are like a denser type of concealer with a soft powdery finish. So once you've placed it on, you want to just go back over that with a soft brush and blend it in so you don't have any edges. Just make sure you're not blending the product away, but you're kind of just patting motions with your brush to blend and soften those edges. And then I went over that with our Sand and Surf matte eyeshadow. And this is just really to bake that area. I'm going to come back later and put a highlight on, but I just wanted to have some powder sitting over that brow highlighter so it kind of baked for a little bit until we came back to it. Then I decided that I wanted to do the brows. So we haven't finished the eyes yet, but I am starting on the brows. So I actually used that same crease shadow. I used Smoke eyeshadow, so you can use these in the brows as well. And I'm just drawing in the brow using a Phoenix brow brush and that smoke shadow from the center of the brow outwards, and I'm going to go and draw on that crease where I want it to be placed and then extend the brow down. Just use really soft sweeping motions when you do this with the shadow. I wanted the brow to be darker on the outer edges, so I'm putting more color on that arch area and sweeping it down. And then I'm going to go back in with a softer shadow. I used Java in the start of the brow, and I'm just going to do that really, really softly. Now this is the fun part. This is where we get to cut the crease, and I am using the Australis Metallics eyeshadows. I'm in love with these cream eyeshadows and they work so beautifully with our pigments. So I'm using this one, which is called Gold Digging, and I'm placing that on the lid. I'm creating essentially the lid that I want. Briar's lids are a little bit smaller, so I've gone up higher and I've created a bigger crease. Placing that on, I'm blending out the cream. And then over that, I'm going to take our pigment in Beige Breeze, which you guys know is one of my favorites. It's like a pigment mixed with glitter. So it's not too pigmenty, it's not too glittery. It's like the best combination of them both. And I'm going to go over the cream shadow with Beige Breeze. Now the crease is cut, so I'm putting on a couple of layers of black mascara. I want this really dark because we're going to go in next with some really big false long lashes. If you're going to do a glam cut crease, you've got to wear lashes. You've just got to go glam. So these are the Phoenix lashes in Mae West. Now, like I said before, I have come back to highlight that brow bone area, and I am using Phoenix pigment in Stardust, and I'm just patting that on underneath the brow. When I'm using really long, thick lashes, I tend to do the cream liner after the lashes are put on. So if you do it the other way around, that's cool, but I would just make sure that once the lashes are on, you go back over the cream liner, because sometimes it can look a little bit unfinished, especially if the lashes sit over the liner. So I've just started on the outer edge where I want the flick to start, and then I've just moved into the center of the eye, and then I finish by doing the center to the inner corner of the eye. And I've used the Phoenix Cream Liner in Onyx. Now we can get started on the skin. So first I used our Phoenix Primer on Briar, and next up I have mixed one of our Custom Blend foundations. This one is the matte finish. So I've just mixed some shades together. When you buy these in the store, you don't get a whole bunch of different shades, you get them in one bottle that is pre-mixed and matched to your exact skin tone. So the Custom Blend is a great thing to do. And as you can see, it just glides on so beautifully and has such a flawless finish. But because it is water-based, you actually don't feel like you're wearing a heavy makeup. It feels really lightweight. I have been using the Phoenix foundation brush to apply that foundation, and then going back over and buffering it in with our buffer brush. Now I am using a Phoenix Camouflage Concealer. I love this concealer because it has a thick, creamy texture, great coverage. So I've just placed it on, and now I am going in with my foundation brush and I'm just blending it out. Just make sure that when you blend, you're not lifting the product away. So it's really important that you're holding the brush in a way that is like a light patting motion rather than sweeping, because when you sweep, you tend to just pull the product off, and we want the product sitting on the skin, not sitting on your brush. So once you've blended that in, you're going to go and bake under the eye area. So I've used our Phoenix Mineral Powder in Nude, and I've used kind of a dense, thicker brush, and I've just placed that on really heavily and patted that on underneath the eye, and we're going to let that bake for a little bit. Now we are going to chisel and contour. So I have started by doing the cheekbone. So I've just gone under Briar's cheekbone and I'm contouring that using Rio de Janeiro bronzer. And I am going to use a 3 shape on the face. So I'm just going along the hairline, under the cheekbone, and then down along the jawline. So essentially you're doing the number 3. Check out her contouring posing. Isn't she amazing? Like, she's sweet 16. She's never modeled before, and she just knew to tilt her head and show you that sharp contour sculpt. I love it. Usually I wouldn't use a bronzer to contour, but this is a matte bronzer, and it's got more of a cool tone base to it, so it's perfect for this. You'll see it just creates a beautiful shadow. So just make sure you go down below on the jawline, but then you also do the chin area as well and make that whole area really chiseled. Now using that same bronzer, I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and I'm going to contour the nose. So I'm going to start by making a couple of lines down the center of the nose. I kind of start from mid-nose down lower. I haven't taken it higher and up into the eye. You can do that, but for Briar, I wanted to focus on the bottom of her nose. So I've just done 2 lines there, and then I'm going to go and blend it out and soften them. And as you'll see now, I'm putting on a little bit of Nude Phoenix Mineral Powder, and that's just helping me to blend it out so there aren't any harsh lines. Then you want to do that little area there on the bottom tip of the nose, and then I've done on the sides as well, just to make that look really sharp. I've come back to the eyes now, so I wanted to open her eyes up a little bit, especially when you're wearing such heavy lashes, it can close the eyes, so I wanted to make them larger. So I'm using the Phoenix Nude Eyeliner in the waterline, and I've done a couple of layers there to make that really sharp. Then I'm going to take that Smoky Plum eyeshadow that we first used, and I'm going to blend that from the outer edges of the eye right into the center. So sticking with the wide eye theme, I'm now going to take that Beige Breeze pigment and I'm going to go from the center of the eye to the inner corner of the eye, and I'm going to use that a little bit right in the tip of the nose area as well, in the inner corner of the eye part. You'll see me do that in a second. Just makes the eyes look really wide and bright, and of course that Beige Breeze adds that beautiful shimmery glittery highlight. Now I've come back to the cheeks and I'm using a baked blush. This one is called Zinnia, which is a really beautiful neutral peach. And I'm just using that in the lower area of the cheek and blending that into the contour. I just think it gives such a beautiful finish, and I tend to use a medium depth on the cheeks if you're doing a darker eye, so your eyes go from really dark and then your cheeks have a medium tone and then your lips are a little bit lighter. For the lips, I've done two easy products. I've done Rosewood lip pencil, coloured the whole lip in, and then I've added Skinny Dip Luxury Gloss over the top. Now you guys know this is my favourite part. This is the highlighter, so I'm just placing this here on the temples of the cheek and bringing it down a little bit and putting a lot of highlight on. It doesn't really look like it here because the lighting didn't pick this up, but in the ending shots you'll see just how glowing she was. Place a little bit on the tip of the start of the brow, and then I'm going to place it down the centre of the nose and on the tip of the nose and then above the top lip. And that is Briar's final look. This is the soft and smoky gold cut crease eye makeup look. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. It was real fun for me doing a client makeup in a video for a change rather than on myself. So if you'd like to see more of this work, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. We release new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye!